everybody. Good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I was busy yesterday with the YouTube stuff. I posted a couple of reacts, and Chantal went live. She did a live called Letting Gorlworld Have It. I watched just a little sliver of it. I was a bit tired after doing the first two reacts, plus, I had other stuff to do. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to let this one simmer. I'm going to let this one cook. And when she's done, just take a look at it. Well, when I went back to Twitter, I was reading all different kinds of posts from people saying that she was being really, really offensive with the live. She was saying all kinds of offensive things. She was also going off on different people in Gorlworld, people such as Garlic Bread, Just Breezin, of course, FFG, just many different reactors. Now, I haven't watched the entire stream. Like I said, I just watched a sliver because I had stuff going on yesterday. But I made a point to download my own copy of the live because I just had a feeling. I just had a spidey sense kind of feeling that she was going to dirty delete. And she did. She absolutely did. So when I woke up this morning and I found out, courtesy of Twitter, that she deleted the live, I was like, I wasn't wrong. So the copy that I am going to be reacting to today is courtesy of the channel Stuff Case Said, Kristen. I have my own copy. It was still on reserve, but since Kristen already has the live itself, might as well just go to Kristen, and I'll leave you guys a link for her channel, for the video, in the video description down below. And thank you for uploading it, Kristen. So, why did Fraudy dirty delete? Was it because of the offensive words? Perhaps. But another thing that I found out about Fraudy's stream is that it got demonetized. See, Chantal doesn't like to work for free. If YouTube gives her limited ads or they demonetize it altogether, she gets mad, she gets salty, and she'll get rid of the stream. She doesn't do things for free. Not if she can help it. Maybe she also found out, courtesy of Twitter, that a lot of people were reporting the stream due to the offensive things that she was saying. So it's gone off her channel. And can I just say, Chantal, thank you. Thank you for deleting it. Obviously, even after years on YouTube, you still haven't learned your lesson. You haven't learned yet that when you delete something off your channel, it just makes for more valuable real estate for the reactors. Because the people that hear about the stream, they can't watch it through you. They're going to go straight to a reaction channel. So thanks. She's so stupid. So I'll tell y'all what, let's go to Twitter and cover all the Twitter stuff. There's not a whole lot of that. And then we'll go over to the copy that Stuff Case Said Kristen has. Like I said, I will leave a link for her video in the video description for those of you that want to check out her channel, sub to her channel, give her a thumbs up, leave a comment. I think that would be awesome if you did, because you know, like we love the archive channels and the clip channels that capture all the stuff that Fraudy tries to get rid of. All right, so let's just start here. All right. So for anybody who happens to be on Twitter and you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. All right. So let's start with this blast from the past, courtesy of Butt Chats and Super Pats. I guess during the now deleted stream, Chantal was talking about Nader. Here's a screenshot. Here's a picture. This was when she was with Nader. Now, I am not shaming anybody out there that has a foot fetish. There's nothing wrong with having a foot fetish. It may not be for everybody. It may not ring the bells of everyone, but some people do have a foot fetish. And again, no shame for that. It's not a harmful thing. But all the trash that Chantal talks about Nader, he was so hateful to me. He was so hurtful. Yet look at her here. kissing his feet. And I'm looking at her face, y'all. This is not the face of a woman who's hating what she's doing. This is the face of a woman who's totally freaking into it. Like she is just all in that headspace. She's all in it. All into worshiping his feet. So it kind of clashes with this image that she's putting forth now. He was so abusive. He was so hurtful. Yet when he asked you to kiss his feet, girl, you were all up in it and you were all into it. You know, it's really strange. The whole thing with Crackhead Olympics. On one side, she would tell us, oh, you guys don't know him. You guys don't know what we do and how we talk. And he's a really great guy. But then in moments when she was mad, she would say the complete opposite. His personality depended on her mood. If they were good, then he was a good guy. But if she was mad at him, she would paint him as the bad guy. And I'm not saying Nader is a good guy. He's a scumbag. But it's just manipulating the audience point of view based on her mood, you know, and that's just not a good thing to do. So let's go here from A. Marie. Foodie hit the jackpot last night. I wouldn't be surprised if she raged more often. So, okay, let's talk about this screenshot for just a minute. The amount of super chats, something that should be known by everybody. So I watch her live chats. There's been a couple of people that have been tipping really large amounts. There is, of course, No Name. I don't know exactly who No Name is. And there is another one called Perbies that will drop 100, 150 at a time. Who these people are and why they're dropping so much money, I don't know. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. Maybe it's somebody connected to Chantal. Maybe the thinking is if we drop these large amounts, it will prompt people to tip as well, like start a whole chain of tipping. So most of what you see here, the 284 came from like 2 people. It's not from the entire audience. It's because of Perbies and No Name and them dropping large amounts, and that's all the super chats she got. So don't know if that was your money that other people were tipping for you, Chantal, but that's not because the audience was loving what you're doing. Mrs. Robinson says, misery personified. Wake up at 2 a.m. and orders KFC for 6 people as her breakfast. But we're jealous of her. Y'all take time today to appreciate your life and be grateful for your blessings. I'll never take it for granted. So Chantal just dropped a mukbang, another one, where she ordered all of this at 2 a.m. You know, what do you say at this point? Am I surprised? No. Is it something unusual? No. I mean, am I used to Chantal eating massive amounts of food at ridiculous hours? Yes. She's going to do what she's going to do. You know, Chantal's going to Chantal. It's her life. It's her health. It's her trip to the morgue or the hospital, whichever comes first. So, like, I'm not shocked. Mrs. Robinson says, I never had saliva as a makeup remover on my bingo card, but here we are. So Queen of WTF says, just a little self-care while waiting for people to join her chat. Chantal's nasty. She doesn't brush her doggone teeth. She doesn't even use mouthwash. Her teeth are gnarly. And she's using tissues and saliva to clean her eyes and clean off her table. And Chantal, are there no washcloths in the house? Are there no napkins? No cleaner? No nothing? No? All that stuff you buy from the store for self-care and you don't use it. But you guys can see what she's doing. So she's taking her dirty, disgusting saliva and cleaning her eyes. And she wonders why she's got pink eye. Okay, I guess this has to do with the live and things that were discussed. Shenanigans says she ditched her mother who was no doubt distraught from her loss, to go home and live stream to a bunch of strangers on YouTube and garner sympathy over a situation she didn't even feel bad about. She only brings up her grandma as a last resort to garner sympathy. So let's give a little bit of context for anybody who's just jumping into Gorlworld. Chantal's grandmother, when she was with Nader during the whole crack at Olympics, Chantal's grandmother passed away. At that time, Chantal was heavily into Nader, to the point where she was petrified to leave his side, even for a second. When her grandmother passed, first of all, Chantal went to the funeral dressed inappropriately in a skimpy dress that barely covered her bottom, looking cheap and tawdry. And after the funeral, she didn't go over to her mother's house and comfort her mother and stay with her mother. She ran right back to Nader, and she was talking about OnlyFans. So, yeah. And people wonder why people in Gorlworld don't like her. It just, the lack of sympathy and empathy and compassion and humanity in this woman is insane. But yeah, what Shenanigans is saying is correct. She did ditch her mom. She didn't go to the mom's house and say, "Mom, what can I do for you? Do you need me to stay with you? Can I cook you a meal? Can I clean for you? I'm here as your daughter. What can I do for you? I know like your mind is all over the place right now. You just lost your mom, my grandmother. What can I do for you? How can I be strong for you?" Chantal didn't do that. All she wanted to do was be near Nader and be all up his behind. Shenanigans also goes on to say, let's not forget that the night her grandmother passed, she ate a pizza in her honor while being blitzed on edibles and whatever other rugs she was on while talking about her OnlyFans and how much her grandmother would disapprove. Chantal has no room to talk about how others grieve. Oh, speaking of the aforementioned inappropriate funeral memorial wear, here you go. Here's a picture courtesy of Florida Salt and Sass. Thank you, Florida Salt and Sass. Foodie Beauty talking about people being disrespectful at funerals. Does she forget when she showed up to her grandmother's memorial blanked out and dressed as a waddling hippo stuffed into a zebra costume with her butt hanging out? This is all she wore. And by the way, for those who are wondering if she's wearing leggings, no, she's not. That's all she wore was that skimpy dress. And, you know, everybody's different as far as their fashion choices. I was taught growing up that if you have on a dress and you want to know if it's too short, bend over. If you can feel the breeze on your behind, it's too short. you know, do the bend over test. If you bend over and it rides up too high and your moons are showing, that's not the dress you want to buy. So I'm pretty sure that that dress would not pass the bend over test. Pretty certain of that. That's the way she went to her grandmother's memorial. Inappropriate, tawdry, cheap, disgusting. Yep. Alex is shook. Alex is hectic. It's funny, Alex. Saying, womp womp, no money for you. Uh-oh. Let's see what happened here. You must sign in to view this video. This video may be inappropriate for some users. That means that the video was age restricted, which means limited ads, which means very little money. Oh, yep, it was age restricted. Age restricted content means very little income. And that's probably why Chantal got rid of it, because she was mad. She was mad that YouTube basically threw down the ban hammer on it. She wants to make full monetization on all her stuff, although she breaks TOS constantly. Yup says, seems that Foodie Beauty deleted her latest live. I wonder why. Gee, I wonder why. Lack of money, perhaps? Could be. All right. I have never seen this. Posts of cats munching with the motor on. So you get this beautiful black cat eating watermelon. I didn't know the cats liked watermelon. I didn't know they liked fruit. Why did no one tell me this? I was this old today when I found this out. Let's listen to the motor. And purring while eating the watermelon. I had no idea that cats liked fruit or watermelon. That's crazy. Why did no one tell me this? Okay, Kitty, you're loud. I love you, but you're loud. All right. Oh, prepare to have your hearts melted by this little guy. Small silly cat says, it's a baby. Listen. Why do I have a feeling that this little one just got fed? That sounds like a full milk belly to me. He can't even meow right. Oh, poor baby. You got a milk belly. You got a milk belly. You just got fed. Okay, so what do we got here? DX says, I guess this is from part of the recap from the live that happened that got deleted. Says it's unfair. FFG can say whatever she wants because she's, oh, wow. Just because she is Jewish and Chantal is Muslim. What? What? Huh? What does being Jewish or Muslim have to do with anything? I don't get that. The last time I checked, FFG, when she does her streams, because she does curse a lot, and she has said this, that she basically doesn't go for monetization on her streams because she does curse, and YouTube has issues with that. They have issues with adult language. So she wants to be able to say what she wants to say. So she'll do her streams without the monetization, the no ads, and she just gets the super chats. When you do that, you can say a lot more. So it has nothing to do with if she's Jewish and you're Muslim. She's not going for monetization and you are, Chantal. When you go for monetization, you have to watch your language. Oh my goodness, do you have to watch your language? It's ridiculous. YouTube, this is not an adults only platform, but there are adults here. But the amount of hurdles we have to jump over to make YouTube happy is stupid. That when you guys hear us use code words or we're talking differently, it's because of freaking YouTube, not because we talk that way. We have to use code words in place of other words because YouTube is so doggone sensitive. But her being able to say what she wants, Chantal, is because she's like, screw YouTube and screw their monetization. I want freedom of speech and I'm going to get my freedom of speech. And you're over there, you would never be able to. You would never be able to. And Chantal, can we please talk about this screenshot, please? Can we talk about it? It looks like either A, ma'am, that you're smoking from something these days and it's causing the burns again, or B, those kinds of sores are caused by stress. You're stressing out so hard. Stress will cause that. So you're over there saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, but your body is betraying you. It's snitching you out. You're stressed out. Yes, you are. Like the stress is literally coming through your skin. All right, what we got here? Aw, something pretty from Why You Should Have a Cat, Mother's Love. Look at this baby. She wraps her tail around the baby. Aw. That's so sweet. Okay, something cool from Positive Call Mindset Coach. The worst prison in the world is a home without peace. Be careful who you marry or fall in love with. Yeah, keep that in mind. There's no more painful battleground than the one at home. Sometimes you're fighting yourself. Sometimes you're fighting other people. Make sure it's a peaceful place. All right. So we kind of caught up with that. It was a brief catch up. Hi, Booger. She taking her nap. Booger. She can hear me. She's just ignoring me right now. All right. Like I said, I don't know exactly what's going to be said. There might be some triggering things in here. If there are, I apologize, but just I don't know what's going to be talked about. If she starts talking about something and I sense that's an area with a trigger warning, I will pass it out. But just letting you guys know, I have heard on Twitter that it's very triggering for some people. It's very, very offensive. It could be triggering because of her talking about Nader and that whole thing again. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll find out. So just, I'm pre-warning all of you. This sounds like a really, really offensive stream. Really offensive. Just Chantal being Chantal as usual. Okay, so again, courtesy of Kristen, Stuff Case said. I will leave a link for the original video in the video description. I encourage everybody to go check her out. I'm going to give her a thumbs up right now. And you can leave a link on the video if you'd like. So let me just make sure we are where we need to be. Yes. All right, let's go. And the chat portion of the live is missing, of course, because you can't really capture both. She deleted it, but we just need her for now.
Hey, Mandinga. Aisha, Darrenay, Andrea, Sigmund, Iona, Gabrielle, Cloud Socks, Rodranga. No, I'm just tired. Moth, Green Grape.
And can I suggest that you go get some acting classes, Chantal? You really need some acting classes. Like, you're so detached away from real emotion that you don't even know how to fake real emotion. So the title of your live was Letting Gorlworld Have It. You're implying that you are furious, that you're mad. Yet you screw it up the moment you start the live and you got a smile on your face. Do you not understand that mad means mad? You're not supposed to look happy? But go ahead, do your thing.
Grapes, Cassandra, Easy P. Hi, Hand, Amanda H, Paula. Hello, Royal Izzy. Sylvael, Barbara, Michelle, Greta. Thank you, Greta. Baby. I did not make poutine yet. Laura's Kitchen, how are you? I miss ya. Chantopolis.
Yeah, letting Gorlworld have it. Look how happy she looks. Just by that alone, nobody's going to believe that you're mad, Chantal.
Stewed and Tattooed. Ellen. Hi, babe. Al-Sultan Salah. Hi, Jay. Little Nitty. Bushra, hello.
We're just going to go ahead a few minutes because the first 10 minutes usually is her saying hi to everybody. She just runs up the meter saying hi to people.
I don't know. I didn't even know you were timed out. Oh, I looked it up. It's the Essence Extreme Shine. That was fast. Nice. I mean,
Next.
Liquid liner. It was good. I liked it. Angry Blue Pot. We've moved on from this, okay? So.
Oh, I can't see the chat, but judging by her face, Chantal is not happy about the fact that a picture of Salah's member has been floating around. A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people pointing out different things about it. And Chantal, if their marriage was real, I'm sure somebody around her could get a hold of a picture and send it to her. And if she were really a wife, she would know what her husband's member looks like, and she would know if it was really him or not. Because like I said in a previous react, you're a wife, you know what your husband's private parts look like. You'll know way ahead of time before a picture starts circulating around. And she has never said, and she hasn't said yet, I've seen the picture. I know what my husband's private parts look like. That is definitely not him. She hasn't said that yet. I think she knows that the picture floating around is him, and it bothers her. It really bothers her.
Oh, I grew up with Cookie as my nickname. Oh, done and done. Thank you. New picture looks dapper. There goes another blue button. You don't have freedom of speech here, okay? Not kidding. I made naan breads. I blame y'all. Oh, I need to make that. You put yogurt in it, right?
Okay, like she's talking about food. I'm not here for that, Chantal. I am not into the food fetish thing. I'm not one of your feedies. I'm here for the meat and potatoes. Give me the meat and potatoes. Put that on my plate. And let's get going. I'm busy today. Hurry up.
Let it bother you. Because if you knew the drama going on right now surrounding these people, they're being revealed to be the log cows themselves and bigger messes. Like, I'm talking huge.
But I thought you didn't pay attention to Gorlworld, Chantal. I thought you were focusing on yourself, right? You don't care about Gorlworld. You're so far removed from it yet. Here you are acting like you're in the know with everything.
Huge things. Like, one had kids and was married to a pedophile and, you know, claims that shouldn't be brought up, but yet yeah, that's another thing. I find it funny that people like that FF Ghoul can cry that people are reacting to that, and it shouldn't be reacted to because there's a victim involved. Let's not forget the victim. Okay, well, what about your streams about Karate Joe? There was a victim there too.
Chantal, let's talk about Karate Joe for just a moment. Let's add context first for those that don't know about Karate Joe, because that was a long time ago. For those who are new to my channel and new to Gorlworld and new to Chantal, please allow me to give you some context about Karate Joe. Who is Karate Joe? Karate Joe was the head mod for Chantal a long time ago, like a while back. Before the unholy trinity of Plain Cheeseburger, Ashley Lamborghini, and Sofa King, there was Karate Joe. In my opinion, Karate Joe was a feedie. And he literally told Chantal what to do. He had control of Chantal. She gave him control. He would tell her when to stream. He would tell her when to get off her streams. If she went out at 2 a.m. to go get fast food at the fast food restaurants, he would tell her what to order. He would get into the streams and say fat is beautiful and eat more food. So yeah, I think he was a feedie. But he had control of Chantal. He was very bossy. And she listened to him. She did. Believe it or not, this domineering, controlling woman actually listened to Karate Joe. And then when Chantal was seeing Nader, he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. And she and him would go back and forth. She would push back on him. Then it was found out later that Karate Joe was a PDF file, a convicted PDF file. And then Chantal she didn't really act surprised about the information coming out, not the way she should have. It's like she already knew and she didn't care. Her reaction to everybody else finding out was strange. Then she said, oh, like he did his time for the crime. Like she was sympathetic to what he did. I mean, that points in the direction of where her mind was. Yeah. So sympathizing for Karate Joe, but he wasn't the first one. Like she's also sympathized for Dragon Lord Frodo, who was a sax offender, with Cyrax, who was a PDF file. Oh, who else? There's another one. Pete's has done some questionable behavior. Pete's has written great fiction. I mean, like she's surrounded herself with curious, suspicious, offensive people. But that really shouldn't be surprising. We all know what she did on Omegle, talking to much younger men, and what happened there.
See how the hypocrisy works in this community? Don't you just love that? Anyways. Hi, Melly! Yeah, Sylviel, exactly. Hypocrites.
You know what? I'm just going to read between the lines here. I don't think Chantal's really mad at Gorlworld. She can't be. There's not so many people talking about her these days. Like, coverage of her has slowed down quite a bit. So I think all of this going off on Gorlworld today, this stream, what she's doing is misdirecting her anger and her embarrassment. She's embarrassed and she's angry because the picture of Salah, it's making its way around, and people are looking at it and saying, you paid $9,000 for that? That's what you flew over to Kuwait for? That's what you've been dealing with for 2 years, and you don't even get it? Wow. That's one heck of a joke. Now that people have seen what it is and the size of it, and Chantal has said, because she's a woman of a bigger size, she needs a man of a bigger size in order to, shall we say, get the job done. And a lot of people have seen Salah's equipment, and the equipment is not that big. Obviously, there's nothing going on between her and Salah. Physically, it would not be doable. It really, really wouldn't. It's not going to work. So the summary is, she ran all the way to Kuwait to chase Salah. They're not being intimate. They've never really been intimate. And that's why she's so angry. You know, she's frustrated. And now everybody knows why. But then again, we knew why. It's just confirmation. This is physical confirmation, and she's embarrassed.
Beauty bite. No one cares, Blue Pot. You'll probably get blocked anyway soon. I'm not allowed to talk about stuff, but you probably watch those reaction channels. Okay. Juliana, no face, no case. There's no proof that it's any that. Think what you want, but there's no proof.
You know what? Don't need a face. You don't need a face. That is lame, Chantal. It's lame considering that the member in the picture is very unique. Very unique, from what I understand. It's got this scar situation happening in the middle. You're a wife, allegedly. You could take that picture wherever it may pop up. You know, like, if you know your husband, if you guys have been intimate, you know what it looks like. And you could compare the picture to what's really going on in the flesh and tell if that's him or not. You don't need the picture of the face.
Proof. Potato guns.
I mean, the member has very identifying features.
Was mocking Salah, yet her ex looked like fucking swordfish. Make that make sense. Okay. Hello, G. Loyalty B's your pure.
It's funny how she insults Nader, calling him swordfish. At the same time, once upon a time, Fraudy, she was so possessed and obsessed with marrying Nader, with having a relationship with this man, that she tried to trick him into a relationship, trying to get him on the stream and say that she was his girlfriend and he didn't know what she was talking about. She went out and she got her own engagement ring because she was so eager to pose for pictures with the ring on in order to make like they were in a relationship and to also claim him so she can say, this is mine, stay away from it. Nobody wanted it in the first place, Foodie. I remember the stream that happened, Chantal. Remember this stream? The one where you came into the chat and you were talking in big, shouty capital letters saying, I got the dress, I got the ring, claim me. You were desperate for him to claim you. So desperate. Even after you went to Kuwait, you were with Salah. You came into the stream, still coming at her, still coming at Nader. You were with somebody else, still coming at Nader. It's time to face the truth. Nader was the one you wanted. Nader is the one you still want, but he don't want you. He knows how crazy you are, how unbalanced you are. There's no stability in you. That's why he's staying with Didi. You're not stable. He knows where his bread is buttered. You wonder, why do these men run away from me? Because you're unstable and you're unhinged and you're vengeful. You don't take care of yourself. He's a con artist. He's a liar. He's a manipulator just like you, but he knows where the better deal is. And it's not with you. Anything can happen to you at any time, but you got with Salah as a get back. You were trying to get Nader back. You were saying, look at me. I'm going to go find a younger, more attractive version of you, and I'm going to give him everything that I once gave you. I'm going to upgrade from you. Since I can't have you, I'm going to upgrade from you. It was a rebound relationship the entire time. You know it was. It's what it's always been. You wanted Nader. You settled for Salah. Because you couldn't have what you really wanted. And even after 2 years being in Kuwait, you still want Nader. If for any other reason, because of your ego, mama, your ego got bruised. And the only way to make that bruise go away is to win the game. As long as you've lost, that bruise is going to be there. But if you were with Nader, that bruise might ease away on its own. Let me save you the trouble. That bruise is never going away. Nader will never be with you. Because even after 2 years in Kuwait, you're no more stable than what you were when you first arrived there. You've gained another 150, 200 pounds. Your health is worse. Anybody, male or female, looking at you can tell you're going to be a whole lot of burden to whoever deals with you, whether it's your family, Nader, anybody. Nobody wants to take that on. Certainly a person who their whole job is to con people and lie to people and get as much as they can. They want life easy, not hard. Anybody around you, their life would be very, very hard, very stressful. You put yourself in a position where you would be a complete burden to anybody that wanted to help. They would look at you and go, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I'm out. So you'll never get Nader. You're barely hanging on to Salah. I bet you've got some stuff on him, and that's the only reason why he's hanging around. But I'll bet dimes to donuts. He wish he could put you on that plane and send you back to Canada so he could have his life back. Because every time he walks in the room, he can't breathe. You've sucked all the oxygen out of it. You're a burden to him. He can't stand you. He hates you, Chantal. You are no fun. You're not taking care of yourself. Like the resentment, every time you guys do a live together, just comes right through the screen. And if you can't see it, it's because you don't want to see it, not because it ain't there.
Trash all of them. Keep thriving. Thank you, G. Ready, set, rebees. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Bertha. Hi, Sherry. Where did you see a pic of her ex? I saw when it was online. I had it as my thumbnail once. And then she cried about it. Like, you can have pictures of my mom, my husband, the swordfish who was an abuser, anything you want. But
And you know what? You're abusive too. Let's paint the whole picture if we're going to paint it. Maybe Nader is verbally abusive. True, but so are you. You said it yourself that you are verbally abusive. So you're both guilty of the same thing. And I also suspect, Chantal, that there's a possibility you might have been physically abusive as well. I mean, there was an incident where Pete just said Grace Kelly was pretty and you threw a chair. I think you do that behind the scenes, that you throw temper tantrums and you throw things and it gets quite scary. So I think some of the things you say about Nader actually apply to you. You're talking about yourself.
But when that was a no-no, too fucking bad. I don't care about your feelings. I'll do whatever the hell I want. I'll say whatever I want. Whoever doesn't like it doesn't have to be here to listen. Oh, Andrea, you don't want to know these people. You know? The golden girl. Get out the candles, golden girl. It might be one of those nights. Yes, exactly. Yes. Isn't the swordfish canceled? Last I heard, he was using Doodoo's channel just like he uses everything else of hers. Because he's a bum and can't pay his own rent.
You know, like, I am not a Nader fan, not at all. In my opinion, he should not have been brought to YouTube in the first place. That was something that Chantal decided to do because she was so eager to get him under her control and also do like the couples channel thing with him. He shouldn't have been brought here. He really shouldn't have. But Nader was stupid. I'm sure he's got all kinds of tea on Chantal that he was sitting on and sitting on and sitting on, and he's never going to release it. You should have released the tea when you had the chance, Nader.
Yeah. I love how people just like accuse that of being him when they have no proof. I love it. But Hayden was describing the picture disgustingly. I don't care. Whatever. Whatever. Have you seen what she looks like? Should she be picking on Juliana? Honest answer. Should she be picking on anyone's physique?
And I just have a question. Something that popped into my mind, like, so Nader was abusive to her. That's what she says. Then what are you doing watching their streams? Why are you watching Nader and Didi? Why would you want to? Even if somebody sends you something and says, oh, Chantal, this is what happened. Why would they tell you? If you've been in a situation of DV or even SA with this person, in my opinion, I think neither thing happened with them. She just made it up out of vengeance. But if you're someone you're trying to convey that you've been through some serious trauma, even if somebody says to you, hey, this is what happened, why would you want to hear about it? You see what I mean? Just because that would trigger you. That would absolutely trigger you. But the way she's behaving and the way she's talking, she's acting like she watched the stream. If somebody was abusive to you, why would you want to hear their name or see their face? Wouldn't that trigger some bad memories if something actually happened? It would. It absolutely would.
She looks like Slimer. Should she be? Like, that's legit, objectively. When I look at her, I think Peter Griffin had sex with Slimer in some freaky, freaking ethereal lovemaking session, and boom, out popped the friggin' ghoul. What about that? Seriously. Hi, Brooke.
I'm not quite sure if she's talking about Dee or FFT. Whoever it is you're talking about, Chantal, have you seen yourself in the mirror? I mean, without the filters. Have you seen yourself without the filters?
Even if that was his eggplant.
Even if, y'all, there we go. There's the confirmation it was. There's that trying to create a sense of doubt. Even if you're the wife, according to you, the two of you are intimate. If you saw a picture out there and it's very distinctive, you know what your husband's privates look like. You would know for sure, 1,000,000%, if it was them or not, if it belonged to them or not. But if you're over here saying, even if it's him, that means you know it is him. You know, and it bothers you.
That eggplant is more beautiful than her Slimer face. So she really has...
No, it's not. I've heard descriptions. It's not pretty. Kind of weird looking, actually.
No place to be talking about anybody. Because again, her ex looks like Naturd with an bald eggplant head shave. All right. So, and then
Chantal, we've seen your choices in men. You really can't judge other people and their choices in partners. You really can't.
And since then, she's had to invent any man because no man will touch her.
What's wrong with being single? Like, I'm not in FFG's personal life, and I don't want to be. It's not my business. But Chantal, why are you so invested in everybody's romantic relationships, or if they're single or not? Can I ask that question? Why are you so invested? Why do you want to know so much? Is it because you are looking for anything and everything, any detail to go after, to be insulting, to be hurtful, to be abusive? I think so. That's why you're so eager for people to cam up and show themselves. You want something to be insulting. Like, oh, if I see you, I can insult you better than if you have an avatar on. If you show your partner, then I have something else to be angry about, and I can insult you and make you feel like crap. Is that the thinking? It kind of feels like that's the thinking. You're looking for any way and every reason to be nasty. And you hate it when the doors are closed in your face.
No, unless she pays them. So, again.
Really? Let's hear that again. I really want to hear that again.
Unless she pays them. Really has no place to be talking about anybody. Because again, her ex looks like Naturd with an bald eggplant head shave. All right. So, and then since then, she's had to invent any man because no man will touch her. No, unless she pays them.
I just had to hear that again. The hypocrisy you are. Oh my God. To quote Salah. Chantal, you're funny. You're really funny. I love how when you say things like that, you think you're insulting other people, and yet you're insulting yourself. Because the last few relationships you've had have been based on money. You finding men and controlling them with your money. Let's do a recap. Let's do a rewind. Let's see. You were with BB, and you were a freaking idiot. You were with a good, hardworking, honest man, and you screwed that up so hardcore. Yes, you did. He was a good man. He was so good that when the two of you split up, the Kiwi farmers left him alone. They're like, we wish him well. We're not going to bother him. Good on you, Kiwi. You cheated on BB. You did. Screw that thing, all that up. You were with Pete before BB. Use him. You cheated on him. Pete loved you so much that he said, I don't care who you are with physically, just don't leave me. Pathetic on his part, but that's the way he chose to handle things. Then you went to BB, broke Pete's heart, cheated on BB, broke his heart. But BB, being an independent man, he tossed you out. You ran back to Pete's. You had a bankruptcy on your record. You could not get a place of your own. And that's exactly why you put your hooks into Pete's, so that he will put his name on the dotted line for the villa, which he did. You paid the bills and the rent. But it was a financial thing, not because you were in love with Pete's thing. Then you talked to Pete and was like, quit your job and I'll take care of us. Then when he did quit his job or he got laid off, once you got control of him, you walked all over him. But you paid for Pete's. Then you paid completely for Nader. Now you're paying completely for Salah. And you want to talk about other people paying for other people? Girl, you are so deplorable that nobody can be around you without you paying them. Now you're over in the Middle East in Kuwait with a man who obviously does not do sex with you. He would never, he can't. You're paying for everything over there because nobody else wants to hang out with you, not even your family. All you've got is paid companionship. So you better be working hard on YouTube to make that money, girl, because money is all you got.
She pays them. So, again, who are you accusing of paying men for sex when, let's be real, who invented a whole lumberjack? Not me. How do you know she pays? Have you seen what she looks like, Juliana? Have you heard her voice? Would you touch her? Would you have sex with her? Be honest.
Chantal, you got to understand something. Every time you come for Frenchie, every time you bring up her name, all you're doing is that anybody who's on your channel that's a hate watcher, they're going to go directly over to Frenchie's channel or anybody else you talk about. You might be increasing the audience of somebody that you don't like just by mentioning their name. You're helping that person's channel grow. You realize that, right?
I'm sure the answer is no. So there you go. I'm sure the answer would be no for any male with a wiener, any woman with some sense.
And you over there complaining about FFG and saying, why would a man want to be with her? Ma'am, you're over 500 pounds. You do not take care of yourself. You don't bathe. You don't brush your teeth. You are completely foul and unclean. You don't have good manners. You don't have good social graces. You are embarrassing. You can't really criticize other people when you make yourself so foul in every way that men run away from you unless you pay them to be there.
And that's why she has to come online and go, well, my boyfriend looks more like a lumberjack. Meanwhile, crickets, there's no evidence of this person.
And you're mad about that. You are so angry about that. You desperately want to say something about anybody she's with. You're looking for something to be insulting. And when the door is shut in your face, you can't stand it.
Doesn't exist.
Like, what's wrong with these people? Why won't they put their significant others online? That's what I do. I'm so mad because they're not behaving like I do. They're not giving me things that I can talk about, and I'm mad about that.
So keep talking, but like from our perspective, when we look at you, we're not offended because we consider the source. You are legit Slimer personified as a woman, creature, whatever you are, not our business. And you can make fun of any appendages you want, Because at the end of the day, whoever's appendage that is, at least somebody's getting it, right? And unlike you, you only wish you could get anything in your little baby teeth mouth. So
don't you have baby teeth too?
That's it. Hi, Sarah. And you can keep your 4,000 viewers, your super chats, whatever you want to flex.
Ooh, you jealous. Look at you, jealous. Jealous Jennifer over here. Jealous. The fact that you said the number of subscribers and viewers that she gets every time she streams lets me know that you watch her. How would you know the number if you don't watch her? You can keep the super chats and you can keep the viewers. Of course she's going to keep them. She worked for them. You're not going to get them. Miss, I do a live and I get 200, 300 people watching me out of a 100K channel that I just bought 1,000 fake subs for. You wish you could trade places and you can't.
On. At the end of the day, I don't look like you. I'm happy. And you can make fun of my diabetes. I don't have stage 5 emphysema, and I don't sound like the Wicked Witch of the West when I talk, and probably turn men homosexual when you talk to them because your voice is so disgusting. Hi, Teardrop. Hello, Christopher. Lorena. Purbees. Oh my gosh. Purbees, who are you? Go easy on her. Inflatable lumberjack still counts, Chantel. Purbees. Thank you, Purbees. I should jump on the couch.
So I can't, there's no chat with this, but I imagine that Purbees just sent a huge super chat. Like, I don't know who Purbees is. I don't know who No Name is, but as I mentioned, I think it's somebody connected to Chantal that they're purposely sending the huge super chats to try to prompt everybody else in the chat to throw their money down. I think that might be happening.
Couch after for that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Purbees. You're amazing. Yes, exactly, Golden Girl. Thank you, Purbees. These super chats are going to help out with our trips for sure. ABC Daphne. I love a good rage stream. Yeah, while we're at it, we may as well make fun of everyone. Who else did I make fun of in a while?
This is such a desperate attempt to get people to react to her. And every time she does a rage stream like this, where she just starts naming people, she doesn't go after all the reactors. She's got her definite favorites. And it's almost like she's picking out certain people based on certain criteria, like the size of their channel or how often they go live or how much coverage it would give her if they react to her. She doesn't go off on just anybody. You know, she's got a definite list in her head.
Okay, there's this guy I saw. Which live stream was I watching? I think it was Yo Mama. Okay. Hey, Dragonfly. How does she make fun of people with diabetes if half of her audience has diabetes? I know, and they all join in. She's gonna lose a toe. Unicity and sass. Ugh. I don't know. I respect the elderly, I guess. Oh yeah. Mr. Snowflake with his toupee looking ass.
Ma'am, have you forgotten that you wear hair fibers?
Can you like focus less on me and sue your barber? Like your mama was saying.
I think Mr. Snowflake looks fine. What is she talking about? Chantal, you really need to go to the doctor and get your vision checked. I mean, we've seen the guys that you pick out. And if you think Mr. Snowflake is ugly, you really need to go get your eyes checked, girl.
Anyways, your mama was, I think this guy made a song about me called Shapes.
Yep, I've heard it. It's funny.
And then I saw what this guy looked like. He looks like the love child of Gorlick.
Oh, here we are judging appearances again.
And who was
at the same time, she won't come on camera unfiltered. It's got to be heavily filtered.
the other lol cow that he looked like? Oh my gosh. Like Gorlick and Cyrax, maybe. Like he like legit. Like, shut up. All of you people who make fun of me are uglier than me. Leave me.
No, not really. I've seen many of the reactors, Chantal. I've seen pictures of them. Attractive people. Not that this is a beauty contest, because it's just reacting. We don't have to be perfect 10s or Instagram models or on the cover of Sports Illustrated to react. All we got to do is sit down and just give our opinions. That's what people are here for. It's not about looks. Like, for you, there is no perfect person that can react to you. If they're skinny, they can't react to you. If they're your size or bigger, they can't react to you. Like, your criteria is ridiculous. It is. The requirements to react to Foodie Beauty are ridiculous. But no, we're not ugly. Nope.
Be alone.
No, we're not going to leave you alone. We're not going to leave you alone because you have your channel. You do public content just like we do. If it really bothers you, Chantal, you can go to a private forum and then you won't be bothered at all.
Did I break a tooth? No. I look ugly too right now, actually. I don't even feel secure making fun of people. Mr. Snowjob. Who's Lurch? Lurch is after... Who's Lurch? I'm not familiar with who Lurch is. What about that stupid... Hi, Vanessa! Animator that got everything wrong about your life. What animator? Old lady Nomad looks like a piece of rawhide with a
You mean Dank Fupa? Dank Fupa's great.
Personality to my rawhide. YouTube lover sounds miserable, loud, and angry. But no, her voice is just like FFG.
Who are they talking about right now?
Listen, worry about your frickin' emphysema, okay? And less about me. Lurch Adams family butler. No, I know, but... Oh,
she's so rude. The taking the hit off the vape and then blowing it at the camera, it's so rude.
I know who Lurch is, but like in terms of who we're talking about. Roast Hussy? No, you know what? Breezy's too easy. Too easy at this point. Too easy.
Oh. I do remember watching last night and watching the chat, and that happened too. So Miss Hussy came into the chat, and I think he threw a super chat. I thought that was interesting. I really did, because back in the day when Hussy made his channel, he was going hard at Chantal to the point where she got his channel taken away. Now here we are. He's in her chat talking to her. It's an interesting development. Very interesting. You know, like, she got your channel taken away, Hussy, and you're all friendly with her now. Interesting, sir. Very interesting.
Way too easy. I can't even. I can't. You were making fun of this person's picture, wiener picture, as it being small, but you were obsessing and going to fly to a man who hasn't seen his in 15 years. Are you going to make that make sense or what? Anyway. Hi, Robin.
You know, another reason why Chantal might be stressing out and acting out, there is a channel by the name of Be Our Guest, Isaac, uh, who has gotten the waft of Gorlworld, if you will, as far as how we do things here. And he got introduced to Gorlworld, and he's talking about covering Chantal as well, sniping her. So maybe that's another reason why she's stressed out. Like she brushed up against Music Biz Marty, and certain things happen with Music Biz Marty, and for the most part, Marty is not paying attention to Chantal. He's moved on, but Isaac, Be Our Guest, is eyeballing Chantal, and I'd be careful if I was her.
Yo, mama, what can we say? I don't know. I don't know. Go off. I look like I'm ready to explode. Well, yeah, I'm exploding. Hi, cheerleader.
That wasn't a compliment, Chantal. What people were telling you was you look very, very swollen. And you do. You look really swollen. Like you're eating so much sodium. You're retaining fluid all over the place. You do look ready to pop.
The entire Gorlworld has become too easy. I know. Okay, Kaya, another one with stage 5 emphysema voice. I saw in Yo Mama's chat that her mother passed away, just like friggin' FF Ghoul. Imagine your mom just passes away. You come online to talk about me. Jeez, I feel so important. Her mom passes away. She comes online. All right, but let's not forget what's important. Foodie beauty. And she's making fun of, she's like, I couldn't imagine living that way because I kicked my leg up and it wasn't high because I have short legs. So she's making fun of my kick. I couldn't imagine living that way. Well, Kaya, I couldn't imagine living with a pedophile friggin' sex trafficker. Okay, so I guess we're just at an impasse. Hi, Otter League. Ashtray, yes, they sound like ashtrays. I'm vaping and I don't sound like a frickin' ashtray. Switch to blueberries and mint. Do yourself a favor. Oh yeah, Salah's to blame because I'm responding to these idiots what they say. So it's not no, what they say has nothing to do with it. And they're allowed to talk their shit. They don't sound mad when they're coming for me every day. When they're saying, your diabetes,
you know what I think, Chantal? I think what's going on here is that you've been looking around and you're noticing that people are slacking off from reacting to you. Once upon a time, everybody was interesting, but less and less people are covering you, and they're focused now more on Amberlynn Reid. I told you, she snuck into the throne room. She came up behind the throne. She reached her hand up. She grabbed the jewels off the crown. And now she's grabbed the crown and she's walking out the door. And how is she able to do this? Well, because you're not working to keep what you have. You know what to do. You know what needs to be done, but you're not willing to do it. So if you're not willing to do it and somebody else is, they're going to reap the rewards for at least thinking outside the box. You're standing in a very small box and you can't even move around. And you know it, and you're not fixing that. What this is right here, right now, is you needing content. You needing interesting content. Because all you've been giving us is the food. Talking about food. Eating food. Doing multiple mukbangs. Childhood stories. Girl, stop reaching your hand into that barrel. It's empty. You know what it takes to make money on YouTube. You know what keeps people's attention. But you're not willing to do what is needed to get the attention back. So you got a choice, Chantal. Either you grab the brass ring and you run away with it, or you sit in the bleachers and you let somebody else grab it and run with it. You can't have it both ways. Honestly, y'all, I think Chantal is so sick and she's so unhealthy. She can't even rage right. Back in the day, Chantal used to rage. Oh, she raged beautifully. But she's so sick now, she can't rage right. She runs out of breath within like 10 minutes. That's how sick she is. She can't even rage right.
So gross, you can't kick your leg high. They don't sound salty. They don't sound mad at all, right? But when I respond, it's because my husband made me mad. It's because I'm angry, but I'm just replying. Okay.
I think it's a collection of different things. I think the Salah's made you angry. I think you're frustrated with him. I think you're mad at him because he's trying to get you to exercise and you want nothing to do with it. I think you're mad about the fact that YouTube isn't paying as well as it used to. Maybe you're not getting a whole lot of cameos this week. I think you're frustrated and you feel humiliated because now everybody knows that you and Salah are not intimate. And we all know you flew over there. You guys aren't even a thing. I think it's a collection of different things. A lot of different things. But you're not going to go to Salah and rail on him. He's your connect in the Middle East. Now you're going to take it out on Gorlworld because you're not standing in front of all of us physically. So you can say what you want without dealing with any kind of physical responses from people.
Instead, they go to funeral, show some empathy or respect. They lost their moms in the next hour. They're bullying you. What trash, low life. Exactly. They're at the funeral going, oh, geez, I'd like to stay for some egg salad sandwiches, but I got to go roast foodie beauty. Hi, Suan. Salam. Duck puppet. Do you know what I mean? I'm not mad. This is pathetic and ridiculous. She's still around in her trailer, being demoted in life 3 times over and still focuses on mine. I'd rather be in my position.
I just want to say something. I don't like how Chantal tries to shame people for where they live and how they live. She's done that for years. Even though she doesn't exactly live in a mansion. Back in the day, she used to Motel 6 room shame. Although I'm sure she would love to have a Motel 6 room at this point. Chantal, if you go back through the archive of time, when is the last time you've had an apartment in your name where you can say your name was on the lease and you paid the bills? You live with BB, but BB's name was on the lease and he paid the bills and he paid the rent. Then you moved in with Pete's. He put his name on the lease because you could not, due to your bankruptcies. Did you pay for everything? Yes, you did. But you could not have your name on the lease. And then after you ran to the Middle East, you left him with over $5,000 in damages. Now you're in the Middle East. I bet your name isn't on that lease either. So it's been years and years and years since you've had any place with your name on the lease. So there's somebody out there. They're living in a shack. They're living in a trailer, a house, and their name is on the lease and they're paying the rent. You can't really shame them, can you? You really can't. You can't shame them for being responsible. And happiness comes in many forms and many different places. You gonna shame me for living in a trailer? I'm happy, I'm healthy, my place is clean. What's wrong with living in a trailer? In 6 months, I'm gonna be moving to New Mexico into a house. But I'm in a trailer for now and I'm making it work and I'm fine with it. You know, home is home no matter where you go. But I hate the fact that you're such an elitist biatch that you think you can look down your big nose at everybody and judge where they live. And it makes no sense. When if you came back to Canada, you wouldn't be able to find a place on your own, and you know it. And that's why you're so hell-bent on staying in the Middle East, because you know if you came back over to Canada, your only option would be a sleazy motel room. You couldn't get a place on your own. No landlord's going to take you in. You don't have the money in the bank nor the good credit. So you can stop with the shaming.
Position than sleeping in a friggin' sleeping bag every night with a friggin' sex trafficker. Sorry. Hey, come on. How attractive. Let's get chicken 65. Oh, my mic? Is it crackling? It's a sign from Shaitan to stop running my mouth. Okay, let me get my mic. Almost died when you, oh my gosh. I saw the stage you set up, Yo Mama, and the picture of the old man eating his morning meal, early bird special.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Yo Mama. Let's keep going.
Her without mic. It's because she also cut her hair off because I wasn't uploading. Suggested hangover cure, sleep and water. And lemon Z. The orange on the blue is pretty. Thank you. This is my least favorite shirt that my mom got me. It's funny that everyone compliments it. Oh. They don't have bad teeth, only they have a bad heart, bad manners, bad ethics. Yeah. And their looks I don't care about their looks. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of who these people are, always roasting on my looks. Like, excuse me? There's a reason they don't show them.
Chantal, you're the one that came on to YouTube and said you're hotter than 90% of everybody on YouTube. See, when you say something like that, you make a boast like that, you got to back it up. You're not backing it up.
Ever. I'm excited to travel. Yes. Something these people are not doing.
And neither are you. I mean, you're not even in a position where you can go take a walk, much less travel. Wherever you go, you're not going to be able to see much of wherever it is that you're headed.
I don't know where my mom got the shirt. Either, I think Pennington's or Maurice's. He's simply ravishing. They make it about looks always, and a bunch of them look like sewer rats and worse. I don't get it. Like that friggin' Cabbage Patch fat bucktooth face friggin' hillbilly from Deliverance making fun of my diabetes. Like, biatch, you're 300 pounds. You're gonna...
I think Chantal misses the point. Nobody is making fun of diabetes. Diabetes, on the whole, is not a laughing matter. Nobody is laughing at or making a joke of diabetes. What everybody talks about is how Chantal is spreading misinformation and how she's being so reckless and careless and stupid when it comes to her diabetes. The fact that she's a type 2 diabetic and yet her blood sugar is always in the 300s. And she's abusing her meds and her insulin so that she can have her B moments. Like, just totally reckless and thinking that the insulin and the meds will keep her from a diabetic coma or a hospital visit or the morgue. Like, she's literally playing dangerous games with her body. So when people look at Chantal and they say Sugarfoot, well, it's a lighthearted way to deal with something that is a dark possibility. Because as a type 2 diabetic, she could lose a foot or a finger or an arm. We're just trying to make light of the situation, but nobody's making fun of diabetes. There's a undertone of frustration with her. Like, you're a diabetic and you should be more concerned about your blood sugar, be more concerned for your diet. This is serious, Chantal. but she's not taking it seriously. It's almost like she's rushing to meet the Grim Reaper, and there's nothing that any of us can do.
I get it real soon. So I hope you keep that same energy when you have it and come online and go, I'm going to cut my foot off today. I have diabetes. Sorry, I just thought of what they look like and it made me gross out. The beatus. Yes. What the heck? I'm wearing a jilbab with this shirt. You are a winter. That is one of your colors. Blue? Really? Baby forgot she eats only carrots and vegetables. Right? That's what, I mean. Teardrop! They mad because Chantel is beautiful.
No, not at all. We're definitely not mad about that. We're not mad at all. She can live her life the way she wants to. We're not that emotionally invested in her.
Thank you, Teardrop. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetie. I mean, I'm fat. Whatever. I don't care. I still think I'm pretty. I mean, I don't care what people think about my looks, honestly. Just, you know. Oh, right, I'm Muslim, so I'm not allowed to defend myself. I don't have feelings. Okay, I have to be perfect. You're right. Okay, Barbara. Right, you're sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, you're kind, Teardrop. Miyako, shut up, Barbara. I need a t-shirt that says that. Or shut up, Debbie. I don't like Debbies. No, I'm just joking. Hi, Sophie.
Moving ahead.
Okay. So anyways. So she took a nude in her daughter's room. She took a sexy picture.
Oh, I guess she's talking about Just Breezing right now.
Her daughter's room. She's like, getting ready. I'm in my daughter's room getting ready to go swimming, and I just thought I'd snap a sexy pic. Is that not the most disgusting thing you've ever heard in your life? Your daughter's a minor and you're taking sex pics in her bedroom? You don't deserve to have your daughter living with you. You're legit disgusting. Disgusting. And then, like, oh my gosh. I don't know how people don't find that weird. Do you not find that weird? And then these people have the nerve to come for me, stream snipe me for what I might possibly rage about. Well, what the heck? Like, seriously. And how long are you going to wear those crusty freaking fishnets? Oh my God. You're embarrassed.
You know, as far as going live and like covering one of Chantal's lives, I've thought about it. I've thought about going live and talking with you guys and just reacting in real time with all of you with me. But here's the thing. I think I missed the boat. I really think I missed the boat. Like all the good stuff, all the good streams, all the good material happened during Crackhead Olympics. Anymore, Chantal is boring. She's really, really boring. Like I don't want to go live at the same time she's live because I don't know what she's going to say. But more than likely, it's going to be boring. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Like I want to go live and I want to react to her live versus just doing videos, but I want to make sure it's something good, something entertaining. And right now she's given us nothing.
Using her daughter for porn requirements deserves to be canceled. No, not first time she's done gross shit. Hi, Carlos. But that's like beyond disgusting. That's like, what the heck? Like, what enticed you to be in your underage daughter's room and think of whoever you were sending that picture to, like looking in her little kitty mirror and going, oh, I need to snap a sexy pic, and pulling down your pants. Like, what do you wear those crusty fishnets everywhere you go just in case you meet a man who might potentially want to see you in them? Even King Cobra doesn't want your ass. Like, you were going to marry Gorlick. How pathetic to want to marry a man like you have the nerve to talk about that wiener pic. Come on.
Oh, like, I know this is a side issue, but since she brought up the name King Cobra, for those that watch my reacts all the way through, I have a question. So there is some drama going on with King Cobra and Jessica naked and laughing. It would seem that King Cobra is pretty much done with naked and laughing. He did an entire stream where he was just like denouncing her and burning that bridge completely, and naked and laughing for her part, like she's denying that it's over between the two of them. Like there's been talk that she might go back to see Josh, but Josh has already told her, if you come here, I'm not letting you in. You don't even know where I'm at. So there's all kinds of drama with that. Question for those that are sub to my channel that watch my reacts: would you like if I lightly cover the naked and laughing King Cobra stuff? Like, I'm not going to be hardcore into it, but just, I think it's great that Josh, King Cobra, he just woke all the way up. And he's staying away from naked and laughing. Like, she's an abusive woman. She is unhinged. And she's already gotten him kicked out of one place. So it would serve him well to stay away from her. Like, he broke up with her the right way. He broke up with her long distance. That's the only safe way to break up with somebody like that. You don't want to do it in person because they might snap and cause problems. But would you guys like for me to cover some of that? Let me know.
What do you think his looks like? Lucky Charm? A Lucky Charm marshmallow. King Cobra had no idea. Leave Josh out of this. Oh, come on. What the heck? Who's she gonna go after next? Creepy. Did I hear fishnets? Got here just in time. She muted you because she can't handle. You can't handle it. None of them can, and that's what a lol cow is, isn't it? Right? You can't handle the heat. None of them can when it's thrown back at them. I hope your daughter sees that picture of you thirsting for Isaac and fishnets in her kitty mirror. I hope she sees it one day. I hope she sees it one day. Imagine, would you not be like traumatized for life? Would you not be traumatized? Mom, why are you in fishnets in my bedroom? Disgusting. Disgusting. Nobody wants you. Everybody hates you. Go take your fishnets and burn them. What the friggin' hell? Anyway. So yeah. Creepy comfort. Like, it's disgusting. I'm in my daughter's room. It's so sexy. No, that's predatory, weird, disgusting behavior. Mommy, why can't we play Chantel? Shut up, I'm watching. She had plans with her daughter, and she canceled them to do that cunt Bella and Isaac stream. Imagine your mom. Imagine. Like, no. When I grow up, I'm not talking to you for life. Nope. You owe me 36 Disney trips, and get a job and make your own money and pay for them. Garlic. She canceled to watch the panel. Oh, okay. Hussy, let Breezy have it. She's a bee. Thanks, Hussy.
And there's Miss Hussy again, just talking to Chantal. Hussy, have you forgotten your history with Chantal? Like what she did to you? Because I remember. You guys were mortal enemies back then. What happened? Oh, she muted herself.
That coming from somebody who has a profile picture of Tofia making fun of Tofia? No, don't be a hypocrite. Yes, Fozzie. She has. She's sniping, trying to like defect. She snipes and cries. Snipes and cries. Snipe and cope. Snipe and seethe. Anonymous, is that a picture of Tofia? It looks like Tofia from afar. BBJ. Snipe and cry. With a legit convicted pedophile, which she claims she didn't know, but then they wrote the obituary and put the victim's name in it. Oh yeah, and then her wife Sam defended him as being a war veteran and for people to have respect.
Oh, they're going after. She's going after the YouTube underground
for him. Okay, we're gonna have respect for a pedophile. Yeah, sure. 2, Kaya, husband, she's sleeping with in a camper right now.
Ma'am, right now you're in an apartment that's not even in your name. And if Salah had any kind of sense, if he wanted to get rid of you, all he would have to do is go to whoever it is whose name is on the lease, make a phone call and say, take your name off the lease. Just take it back. That way she's forced to go home. That really needs to happen anyway. Because from what I understand, things over in the Middle East are unsettled. Like there's talks of WAR and airstrikes and all that stuff. So it's not safe over there. I don't know how you're not paying attention to the news, Chantal, and you're not seeing anything about that. Like Israel and Iran, like there's some unsettling stuff going on between them. And you're in the backyard, like you're less than 1,000 miles from all of that. You're under the impression because you're some Canadian, you can just get on a plane whenever you want and get out of there in time. What if you can't, though? What about everybody else in Kuwait? What if the airplanes are all taken up? What if the flights get canceled? What if the flights are full? You won't be able to get out when you want to. Dummy. You think you got some kind of privilege over there. You do not. You're not looking around to see what's going on around you. Like if a war breaks out and there's airstrikes and all that, you probably will not be able to come home and you're going to be stuck there. Well, while you are there, your name is not on the lease. You're not allowed to own property. You're not allowed to be on the property deed, rentals and all that. You just can't. So whoever it is that set things up for you, if they decide they want to take it back, you're going to be in dire straits. And you want to talk about somebody being in a camper. What if they are? What have you got? You don't even have a trailer. You don't even have a camper. You don't even have a Chevy van with a mattress in the back. What have you got, Chantal? If you came back to Canada, what exactly do you have? What are your options? Your family? From the looks of it, the last 2 times you came back, they barely let you sleep on the couch. And in the morning, they kicked you out. They don't want you hanging around longer than what you have to. Your only option would be to go get a motel room. And you don't want to do that because if you do, you're going to eat shit with Gorlworld. You know what? You're going to eat shit anyway. But that would be the only option. Because in the 2 years you've been in Kuwait, you have not fixed your money situation. And your health sucks. So you could have fixed your money situation while you went to Kuwait, but you didn't. And your options are few. So until you get into a place of your own, back home in Canada, don't you talk about anybody and how they live and where they live.
Is sleeping with a sex offender, registered sex offender. FFG has an entirely made up man.
Even if she does, it's none of your business. You got a made up man that you're calling your husband and he's not your husband. You guys aren't really married, so that's a made up man. You're over there playing house with a man who hates you.
And is the love child of Slimer and Peter Griffin. What else? What else? Gorlick's a manlet incel.
And you know what, Chantal? I hate the fact that you go after people's appearances, but let's be real. You're looking like a bloated rolling pin, okay? That's what you're looking like. You're looking like a bloated bowling pin. Sorry, bowling pin.
With a Lucky Charms for an appendage. She's let men know about her daughter, and yes, Gabba knew. Come on. Yeah, I have a really hard time believing that was his first rodeo, sadly. I mean, usually when sex offenders...
Ma'am, you had a sex offender as your main mod back in the BB days. And I'm pretty sure you knew all about him and you did not care. You did not care. You're a predator yourself. Of course, you're going to be okay with other predators. Like attracts like, remember?
That's not his... I really doubt, sadly, that's his first time. And I really feel like that might be a reason she's so vile and angry and hateful towards everybody. Do you know what I mean, No Name? Yeah, it makes sense. Like, creepy. Now coming to the stage. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Karate Joe, but I didn't know about him.
Yes, she did. Her reaction when everybody told her was very telling. She wasn't shocked at all. She knew. She didn't care.
Am I supposed to investigate everyone who comes into my freaking chat? Anyone here could have a past we don't know about, but if it got found out. Like, I hated Karate Joe, like, even before I found this out. I started hating him and blocking him. Hi, Lady T, welcome! Like,
the only reason why she had a problem with Karate Joe is because when she got all into Nader and Karate Joe was like, you shouldn't be talking to Nader because he was kind of possessive over Chantal. She didn't like that. You know, she gave some pushback. That was when the problems between the two of them began.
So people blaming me, well, you had a sex offender in your chat. Okay, and whenever it was found out, he was gone. So, like...
And the only reason why she got rid of Karate Joe, in my opinion, is because she was thinking about how would this affect my channel? Like, is it going to affect my money? Is it going to affect my views? It wasn't about her looking inside of her heart and doing the right thing. It was about, I got to look out for my channel. I got to look out for my money. That's why she got rid of him. But I think the Karate Joe came back under a different name. He disappeared for a while. I think he came back under a different name.
Oh my gosh. Check your ID when subscribed. Yeah, M60. Don't investigate. You don't pay taxes. Me neither. Georgia Army's man.
Well, so you lied to us. Of course you did. You lied and said that while you were in Kuwait, you were working on that situation. Now you're saying, I don't pay taxes. Of course you're not. That's why you're still in Kuwait. You're afraid to go home and have the tax man run after you.
You should warn the new YouTube Breeze is trying to date. Oh, the guy who looks like Gorlick and Cyrax? I know. Was not his first time. Does she think we fell off a turnip truck? No, seriously. Frankly, I'm disgusted with them all. I know, No Name, exactly. Like, that's the thing. You guys can say, you know, oh, Cuba Rage was vile. Oh, sorry for being emotionally damaged on a bottle of booze after...
You were emotionally damaged before the bottle of booze. What are you talking about? You were emotionally damaged before you went, and even if you were, it's up to you to fix it. Your luggage, your dirty laundry, you clean it. Not our job.
After being abused all weekend.
F you, okay? You were not abused all weekend. As a matter of fact, let's talk about what happened before your trip. Let's talk about the fact that you went over to see Nader and Dee Dee, and you had a three-way situation with the two of them, and that wasn't the first time it happened. It actually happened twice. Oh, it was so traumatic, but it happened more than once. You were so desperate to be with Nader that you agreed to be in a three-way situation with the two of them, and you came over to the audience later after it was over, and you told them, first you said it was so traumatic. You implored and you implied that you were pressured into things, that he forced you into something. And then when people basically pressed down on you and said, did he force you? Did he force you to do something? You retracted the story and said, no, he didn't force me. Then you came back again and said the only thing that you didn't like about it was the fact that Nader having sex with Dee Dee in front of you. You didn't like watching it. So nothing physically bad was done to you. You wanted to be with Nader. You knew the only way that he would deal with you and touch you is if Dee Dee was there. And you were so eager and so thirsty for him that you agreed to that situation. You set it up. But then your jealous little heart couldn't deal with it. And that's what happened before the trip. So I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They're horrible people. Yet you're going to have sex with them. You're going to agree to drive over to somebody's house and have sex with two people that you don't like. I could never. I wouldn't be capable of it.
You know, but at the end of the day, I don't have a criminal record.
You're lucky about that.
I never ever did disgusting things like that, you know, like, anyway, I didn't have children. Even if I could, you know, like, hi, Yusuf. What is Brat Summer? Is Langley really mod for Yabba? I don't know. I don't know why anyone would want to. You found out, but then you tried to double down and defend them and say because he did this time already, I should stop bothering people like him. What? No, I don't remember that at all. And he was gone from my chat, like, whenever we found that out, so.
Yeah, but then you turned around and you defended him saying he did his time. You were sympathetic to a sex offender. You were.
Hi, Sarah. You don't have to defend yourself. Thank you. Every time Breezy... I didn't read that. And how are you supposed to know he's a sex offender? You ain't a stalker who knows everything about people's lives. Like, yeah, exactly. I think at one point I thought, like, because I was seeing also on the news, like, people were like, somebody got their house burnt down that was like on the sex offender list, but they like children to raise. Are you not disgusted in your behavior? Like, you put them on the bus and then you and your old hags like Rachel Langley, like, what the fuck? Hi, Anna G. No offense, but you're like a friggin' old hag, Rachel. Me too, no name. Hi, Braceth. And you're on here in friggin' petty drama asking a man's shoe size. Like, what does it matter to you? You're making fun of someone's penis size? It doesn't look like a penis would come near you in probably 30 years. So don't worry about it. You apparently don't even like Wiener Scabba Cabbage Patch Deliver Install. You don't even like them. You like Fupa, right? You like Sam's Fupa. So don't worry about it. Maybe she likes feet. She's obsessed. Hi, Brittany.
Let's move forward.
Yusuf did. Oh, thank you, No Name.
Giving her more money.
So weird. It's blueberry vape. Why is drama a big? It's a big bit. People love drama.
You said it, and you're right. People love drama, and you know this. You know this, Chantal. You've been on YouTube for a long time. You know this, and yet, what are you not giving us? What are you not doing? Why is your money going down? Because you're not giving us anything. Gorlworld is filled with talented, creative, intelligent, humorous reactors, but doggone it, man, you got to give us something to work with. You're not giving us anything. Nothing. And you wonder why people are not even looking at you no more.
You know? Hey, White Knight, can we talk about the next vacation? Okay. You guys, I'm going to be live 24/7, and you have to keep me company. Keep us company. Wolf Pup, you like the tour? Thank you.
Is she done raging?
You set me off. Then I just like let my mouth go sometimes.
Like I'm looking to see if that's all. Like she's done raging. So let's see.
He's just speculating about like get on a plane yourself and make vlogs. See how well people like your personality since they're there to watch you, right? The Amberlynn stuff.
The Amberlynn stuff. Ooh, is somebody catty and jealous? Wow.
I find it kind of like teenager, but.
Ooh, salty. Sally is salty. Ooh, the sodium in her blood right now is boiling. The salty sea inside of her brain is boiling. She is so jealous of the attention with Amberlynn. Well, if you want it back, Chantal, you want that crown back on your oversized head, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do.
I'm full. I did a mukbang, but I'm going to upload it soon. But, you know, I like Amberlynn, and but I find like...
I like Amberlynn. I just don't like the fact that she's making more money than me and she's getting all the views, and I'm over here on my pathetic little channel, and even though I'm on 100K subscribers, I'm not pulling in the money anymore. Hence the reason why I'm doing so many cameos and so many feedy requests. That's what you mean to say.
You need to surround yourself with better people. Like friggin' that friend Alexis, she's a friggin'... Like, I hate when people who are friends, when you get in a fight or they don't do you do something they don't like, they go and make a channel about you and out all your fucking business, and like, what the heck?
And look at you, Chantal. You go out off of YouTube, you find some guy that's financially hurting, someone that you can manipulate, someone that you can control, someone you can make codependent on you and your money. And then you suck them in. You seduce them with the money. And you act like you are helping them out so much when really you're helping yourself. You get them addicted to the money. You get them addicted to the laziness and the comfort of the not working lifestyle. And then when they get sucked in enough, and they get lazy enough, and they get adjusted to enough to not doing nothing, that's when you really reel them in like a fish. And you hold them up on that line and go, I got you. You're mine now. You're not getting away. And if you try, I'll make you pay. You come onto YouTube and you use your channel not just to do content, not just to make money, but as a means to control others, to manipulate others, to hold sway over others. It's really weird. You are an out of control person with yourself, but yet you work so hard to control other people and to control the narrative of what they say and what they do.
Were you ever really a friend if you become an enemy that quickly?
Depends on what the friend did to you.
No, you don't. You weren't. You weren't. The visa run lies because she's been here more than 3 months. And
I mean, if we're going to talk friendship, Chantal, let's talk friendship. Let's bring up some of your past history when it comes to friendship. Look what you did to Pete's. He's known you since high school. and you maneuvered your way into a relationship with Pete. He didn't even want to be with you, but you wanted him, so you maneuvered into a relationship with him. And you broke his heart and put him in debt twice. You cheated on him. Then you encouraged him to quit his job, which he did, to join you on YouTube. And then what did you end up doing? Running to Kuwait to be with Salah. Left him high and dry, without a job, without much money, broken, in debt because you damaged the villa. You know, if Pete came forward and spelt all the dirty tea, it wouldn't be being a bad friend. It would be just what you deserve. It would be justice. You would deserve it all for the way you've hurt him and the way you cheated on him and the way you lied to him and led him on and all that. You deserve all of that and more. But Pete is loyal to a fault. To a fault. He knows where all the bodies are buried and in what spots and in what order, and he could spill it on you right now and make bank. But he won't, because there's a part of his heart, his broken heart, that is still waiting for you to come home. Still holding on to some small candle flame that you'll come back and be with him. He needs to wake up and realize it ain't going to happen. But if that candle flame goes out and he's feeling vengeful, you're in trouble. Oh, you're in trouble.
And she didn't travel yet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, teardrop. Like the visa stuff is just, who cares?
You know why people care so much about the visa status, Chantal? Because the whole Kuwait arc is so boring. People are just wondering, when is it going to be over? When are you coming home? Nobody likes Salah. He adds nothing to the channel. He adds nothing to the content. It's been 2 years. When is this whole ridiculous shit going to be over?
What is it to you if I'm on? What difference does it make if I'm here on what visa I'm on? You know?
I mean, if you want to ruin your channel completely and get down to where no money is coming in through YouTube, be our guest. Do what you got to do. It's your life. It's your channel. Do as you want, but it makes no sense if you're someone and you have no other job and this is your entire income. You're putting yourself in a position where you're making no money off your channel. I mean, come on, Chantal. Back in the day, you had a little bit of money sense. The old Chantal, the one who was really focused on the money, would have looked at Salah by now, way before now, and said, dude, I'm going home. This is not working for me. I'll see you later. I'm going to go home and act all the way up and get my money up again. That was the old Foodie Beauty. The new Foodie Beauty just does not care.
They look for watermelon seeds in boob. What the heck? That's funny. Hidden love. Yeah, exactly, Stu. I could talk the truth about anything and people will not believe it anyway. So the light marriage license teardrop. They're going to say it's Photoshop. Like, I no longer am interested in trying to prove myself to idiots who look like Slimer anymore.
You know, even if you are really married to Salah, Chantal, let's just say for argument's sake, you are really married to him. Like the marriage thing is real, which I don't think it is. But just for argument's sake, let's go the other way. Let's just say you are really married. Obviously, it's not a happy marriage. Obviously, it's fake happiness. You know you're not happy with him. You know you settled for him. Nader was the one you wanted because you couldn't have him. You chose Salah as a get back. Salah's been a get back dude from the very beginning. You were getting back at Nader and you hope to get Nader back by putting out this vibe of, I'm about to go somewhere. I'm about to fly to the Middle East and give another guy everything that I gave you. You better come running after me. You know that's why you did it. You know that's why. You were trying to get Nader away from Didi. It did not work because you made this whole ridiculous story arc on YouTube. You had to follow through with it. Because if you didn't, it would mean another bruise on your enormous pride. You settled for Salah because that was all you could manage. You couldn't get at who and what you really wanted.
More, okay? It's not going to happen. Thank you. People who just are going to say I'm lying anyways. No.
You're not happy with Salah, whether it's a fake marriage or a real marriage. He doesn't like you. He hates you. And I think deep down you hate him too because he's not what you want. You settle for him. You know that. You flew all the way over to Kuwait because you needed a place to stay. And that's why you've stayed there for so long. Because there's no options for living beyond a motel room back in Canada. I mean, let's be real. You're not staying there because you're happy. You're staying there because you need a place to stay. And it ain't going to happen in Canada.
And like, there's no point. Some YouTubers I watch are very open about their work or tourist visa. Yeah, but they don't have the hate mob. They don't have an FF ghoul up their ass, do they? Thank you. Exactly. It's
like, Chantal, what exactly are you anticipating? Can I ask you that? Like, what are you anticipating? Are you anticipating that if people know when you're coming home, that Frenchie or anybody else are just be camped out at the airport just waiting for your arrival to snap a picture? Because that's not going to happen. We have things to do, okay? Ain't nobody going to the airport and camping out all day and night waiting for your flight to arrive so we can get like 5 minutes of footage and go back to our YouTube channel and put it up on YouTube. Nobody is camping out in the bushes for you. Nobody is like taking a bazillion pictures of you. You're not that big of a deal. You're not a celebrity. You're not what you think you are.
Never-ending energy. So I'm putting an end to it. Think what you want. If it enriches your life somehow to think that I'm on a tourist visa, if you are in the bathtub trying to relax and all you're thinking about is she on a tourist visa, then if that's how you want to live your life, do it. Mimos, I love that picture of me. You nailed it. They're worthless to prove anything for them. They're not worth. Exactly. Sue-Ann, ignore it. You got married abroad. Yeah, I used to pee. I think it's only because you reverted to Islam. Yeah, the amount of ignorance with that too, hidden love, you would be, Thanks, UCP. I do still share a lot of you guys with you guys, Turban tomato. I'm just weirded out by her saying, I don't know. Exactly, I speak out. Exactly. They don't get the hate from sharing that information because they don't have the reputation. Exactly. So, hello, Marthaba. Anyway, whatever. No one's body's perfect. We all have weird things about our bodies. Fozzie explaining how the visa works isn't something that can be used against you. Do you watch any actual travel channels? Somebody who doesn't like her and rejected her and won't let her pay for her own flight out to see them. So I think Gorlworld, probably because he lives with his mommy and his mommy, he has Oedipus complex or something. Anyway, she's like, I'm in my daughter's room, getting ready to go swimming or whatever. First snapping a pic for my man. How are you calling them your man when they don't even acknowledge your nudes? You think and planning the future.
I guess she's talking about Isaac from Be Our Guest and Just Breezing.
Funeral, blah blah blah. Did you plan a funeral, Scabba, for your pedo ex? Anyway, sorry, but I can't stand people who are degenerate like that, judging other people. I'm sorry, that's my whole point. I don't really care in the long run. I made some, insults, jokes, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the brass tacks of these people are worse. And it
sounds like she's doing the whataboutisms, doesn't it? Like she's doing the whataboutisms. What about these people? Look, what about how they look? What about what they've done? She's doing the deflection. Look over here, don't look over there. And the over there is her. Look at them. Don't look at me. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Let's point out what everybody else is doing. And by doing that, maybe there's a sense of what I've done is not so bad. I'm going to point out things about that people have done or said that may or may not be worse. But just trying to paint this picture that she's not so bad when she is. She's deplorable. So we're doing the whataboutisms now. What about this person? What about that person? What about what they said? What about what they did? Let's put the attention on them. Let's put the spotlight on them. Let's not pay attention to all the things that I've said and that I've done. Yeah, I see you, Chantal.
That's why they do it. The projection 101. My sleep schedule is weird. They are vile, babe. Yeah. Anyways. Well, Laura, go virtue signal somewhere else because they're worse. I'm allowed to defend myself. If you don't like it, go watch Matlock with Breezy's dad. Thank you. My glasses are here. But they fog up, Golden Girl. They legit just pocket her money and press laugh on her video to just laugh and make fun of her. At least be like Piggy and break it up even though she's obnoxious with okay, Jan. Yeah, like some people do like, you know, actual videos editing because they know what to do. Breezy skipping through the live because she can't handle the truth. Go take another picture in your daughter's room there. That's what you're best at doing, creepo. I love when Chantal defends herself. Yeah, I don't do it like every day because it's not worth it. Like whatever, you know. But there was so much tea in the past while going around Gorlworld.
She's telling on herself. There's so much tea, which means you do nothing but pay attention to Gorlworld. But your life is so busy, right?
And I haven't really talked about it. I haven't like said my piece.
You know why you probably haven't talked about it? Because you're over there, you know, with one of your little journals, taking notes and trying to find out the most harmful things about people. You're more interested and more invested in trying to find out whatever shocking, dramatic, insulting stuff about the reactors than you are about bettering your own life. So sad.
My opinion, you know.
If only you cared this much about your diabetes and your blood sugar, how much healthier you would be.
Like the stuff with Breezy's daughter going on, like with her taking pictures in her daughter's room, her being rejected by Isaac, sending her nudes, Isaac calling her beef and cheddar and Pippi long nipples. I
oh my.
Not. Like, there's just so much tea going around. And, you know, like...
Yeah, and have you noticed that, Chantal? Like, everybody... Girl, I'm telling you, Gorlworld is... It's so chaotic right now. Or in the words of Amberlynn Reed, it's hectic. It's so hectic. It's like all of the cows want on stage at the same time. They're not even waiting their turn. They all want to get on stage at the same time and they're pushing each other out of the way. Even King Cobra and Naked and Laughing are more interesting than you, Chantal. It's just coming from out of the woodwork and everywhere. You're the only thing that's still boring.
And I just didn't talk about it. But these people just keep going. And
you wonder why your views suck. It's because there's too many interesting things everywhere. People are like, Chantal, nah, who cares? Like, you're getting the least amount of attention because you're doing the least amount of work.
Sorry. Her chat thinks there's connection issues. Hi, Hissy Fits. Oh, the big bear banana guy who looks like Gorlick and Cyrax.
And Chantal, You look like a blown up, oversized bowling pin. Okay?
Karma, yeah.
Or a game piece in Monopoly.
Uh,
Or the game Sorry.
I got a super chat. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Sorry, I'm so going now. They're like literally their mother, Kaya and FF Ghoul's mother's daughter.
Okay, are we repeating the same points? I think we are. All right, guys. So, like, that's it for the React. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'm going to leave a link for Stuff K said Kristen's video in the video description, so please check it out down below. Sub up to her channel if you want. Give a thumbs up, give a like, leave her a comment or two. And thank you all for being here. I'm going to get started with the rest of my day, getting some breakfast because I'm hungry. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.